Each week we bring you stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Reporter Jack Washer joins us now with the story of a St. Mary's baseball player breathing a sigh of relief after a very tough time.
That's right, just breathe, take it slow. It helps in baseball and it slows everything down in front of you. It's easier said than done though, especially for St. Mary's senior Nick Olch, who at one point last year thought he had taken his last breath.
Good hit.
Smashing it deep, catching a batter looking for strike three. It's all part of the arsenal Nick Olch brings each and every game. Growing up, Nick knew baseball was his calling.
There's just nothing like it. Just playing out there with my friends, and I get a chance to just pitch and hit all the time. Grew up going to A's games, and just ever since, I loved it.
Entering his junior year at St. Mary's, Nick looked to make a name for himself. A big year for college recruiting, only Nick couldn't even get out of the box. One day at school, while walking to class, Nick experienced pain in his chest, so bad he didn't even make it to class.
I was walking up the stairs down by the cross, and I just couldn't make it up, so I called my mom and we went to the hospital.
Doctors x-rayed his chest.
Finished the x-ray and we were heading out, and the doctor stopped us and said, his lungs collapsed, you got to get him over to the hospital. And I think that's the first moment where it hit, where this is something serious.
With Nick's tall physique, air bubbles in his chest began to poke through his lungs, causing them to collapse. Nick thought surgeries on both lungs fixed the problems, but then one night, Nick took a turn for the worse. Nick began bleeding from his lungs.
Just that fear of as a mom losing your son. I mean, it got to that point where things felt like they were out of control, and it was making me more scared and nervous.
So after 3 corrective surgeries, 7 collapsed lungs, and 4 chest tubes, Nick Olch came home. And most importantly for Nick, he was cleared to play baseball.
It was the most fantastic feeling I've ever had in my life. To be able to play one of my most favorite sports ever, it's fantastic. I mean, just to be out here with all my friends.
Given the okay, Nick did what he had missed for so long. He grabbed a bat and he got to work.
He'll do some workouts in the garage till midnight, hitting off of a tee and stuff, so it's a whole different kid.
It's the same kid, but with a new chance to go after a batter. Crush one 400 feet, or just laugh it up with friends. Nick Olch taught us to smile and just breathe.
He was hit with an obstacle, and he was able to overcome it and push himself, and so if he was able to do it, we all should be able to do it.
If he can get through what he's gone through in terms of his physical issues that he's had to deal with, I think the problems that face him in baseball aren't that big of a deal, and his mental mindset is very good. He can overcome a bad at bat, he can overcome a bad pitch, he's able to let it go, because I think he understands there's bigger issues in life.
Nick's still unsure about whether or not he'll play in college at the next level. We'll see highlights of their game, St. Mary's game, later in the show. He kind of reminds me of myself, though. He's tall, he's lanky, he's a lefty, but I will say I have a better pick off of him, but he is way, way better than me.
Well, except the thing is, you're the one that gets picked off. He's the one that does the picking off, so it's a different thing.
Yeah, tomatoes, tomato.